Hello, beloved, and good morning, good afternoon. This is your sister Evangelist Marie, and this is our 8th day of our Bible reading, and we have done it again. I am so proud of you, and I'm so grateful to be in this journey with you. So today, as per our schedule, we were to read Genesis chapter 20 to 22 and finish Matthew 6 and read Matthew 7 verse 1 to 6. So in Matthew chapter we finish chapter 6 starting on verse 19. So the verse 19, what I heard and what I received on chapter 19 is chapter 6, Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. I receive in verse 21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where your treasure is, where is your treasure? Where is your interest? Where is your focus? There is also your heart. And in verse 22, the Bible says, the lamp of the body is the eyes. If therefore your eyes is good, your whole body will be full of light. Verse 23, but if your eyes is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in you is darkened, how great is that darkness? So your eyes is something that you need to pay attention. What are you looking? What you allow your eyes to see, that shape what is inside you. Have you ever watched a horror movie? Remember, the horror movie that you watch and you were just maybe 10, you still have all those flash in your head, or maybe you have seen something very frightening. You still remember that even now. So you need to also pay attention to what you're looking. Now, Matthew chapter 7, what I receive in Matthew chapter 7 is, you will know them by their fruit. So we have to read Matthew 7 only from 1 to 6, so not that far. So what I have received, do not give what is holy to dog. Do not give what is holy to dog. I want you to put in comment section what you have been received reading the Bible. Don't mind people that will tell you it's not relevant. It's not. If you are a child of God, you need to know God through His Word. So reading the Bible is capital for your intimacy with God. So the Bible says in chapter 1 of Matthew 7, judge not that you be not judged. Why this simple verse? Judge not that you be not judged. You don't have a capacity of judging somebody. No, you don't. That's why when you're judging, somebody else is judging your judgment and found that your judgment is not good, and you by all means, you too, you are judged. So not judge, because you don't have that capacity. And also verse 6, do not give what is holy to the dog, nor cast your pearl before shrine, lest they tramp them under their feet and turn and tear you in pieces. What is precious? You need to look the caliber of people around you before you express yourself or before you do something. I might be wrong by this understanding, but please let someone comment. Let us go now to Genesis 20 to 22. Genesis 20. So Genesis 20 in verse 5, did he not say to me, this is the story of Abraham and the wife, you know. So, and this is the king that is swear by all me, Abimelech, when God caught him and rebuked him about the wife of Abraham. So what I return here is, when God fight for you, you are not even aware. Abraham was scared. That's what he asked the wife to say that. But then he did not really lie, because she is the daughter of his father. So then also in chapter 21, and the Lord visited Sarah as he has said, and the Lord did for Sarah as he has spoken. May the Lord visit you. May the Lord visit your family in this year 2025 as he has said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he has spoken, that in this period that you are seeking God, that the Lord, as he said to Sarah, will visit you and he will do as he has spoken. May the Lord bless us. And then in verse 16, then she went and sat down across from him at a distance of abroad, and both shot, for she said to herself, let me not see the death of the boy. So she sat opposite him and lifted her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad. I don't get this verse. It's Hagar that was crying for the son. But the word of God say, but God heard the voice of the boy, not the voice of the mother that was crying. So wonderful, so wonderful. So, and God heard the voice of the lad. Then the angel of the God called to Hagar out of heaven and said to her, what are you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. So it was the voice of the boy that the Lord heard, not the voice of Hagar. Then in verse 22, and it come to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phicol, the commander of his army, spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. God is with you with all. So they have watched over him, they have looked, and they have concluded that indeed God is with Abraham in everything that he do, and he had been doing, and he continued to do. So may the Lord be with us also in all things, in all things. In chapter 22, this is what I have received in verse 5. And Abraham said to his young men, stay here with the donkey, the lad and I will go yonder and worship, and we will come back to you. So this is the story of Abraham, because Abraham received from God the instruction to give the son as a sacrifice, burnt sacrifice. But look at the language here. The lad and I will go yonder and worship, and we will come back. So he trusts too much God that even though the Lord said to give you his son as a burnt sacrifice, he knew that somehow he will come back with that son. What a faith. No wonder the Lord said that Abraham is the father of faith. There is no other. May the Lord bless us. May the Lord bless us. And indeed, he came back with his son. So I pray and I challenge you again and again to search intimacy with God through his word, because God is only his word. God is his word. You can know him out of his word. God is his word. So I challenge you to seek intimacy with God daily through His Word. May the Lord bless you. Remember, tomorrow is the 9th day of our Bible reading, and we have to read Genesis 23 and 24, and then Matthew 7 until verse 9. So from 7 to 29. So may the Lord bless you. See you tomorrow by the grace of God.